Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? We are going live today. The purpose of today, I wanted to do a live coaching session, as well as kind of go into a few different items that I thought was kind of important. And the first one that we're going to talk about today is going to be how to create a client acquisition strategy. So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to hop on, and then we're going to get started. So, um, if you do have questions, make sure you log on, put your questions in the comment box, or just ask your questions. If you're watching this as a recording, same thing. You can always ask your questions, and we will take care of those questions. So I hope everybody had a great day today, Thursday. Weather is great today. It's been a pretty good day, pretty busy day. So yep. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So before we get started, my name is Terrence. My name is Terrence Blackwell, and I wanted to actually put together this live because I seen a bunch of mistakes that business owners that were making, and the biggest mistake that I seen that business owners was making was they are in the process to get new clients, or they want to get more clients, and they don't have a strategy behind it. So the whole purpose of today is to um, put together a strategy for you guys so that you're able to obtain clients whenever you want to. And I want to show you guys two posts, and then I'm gonna get started. The first one is I put this out and put this out on Facebook, and I pretty much said, you want to market like Beyonce, but no one knows who you are, right? So what I mean by that is, Beyonce can say today, I'm gonna do a concert in Africa. Everyone is buying tickets to go to Africa to go see Beyonce, right? We think the same way when it comes to our business. We think the same way. We think that if we do a launch, a soft launch, or we put out a product that people are going to just buy it because it's us. And the truth is, no one really knows who you are because you haven't put in the work to make sure that people know who you are. So the whole point of today is to make sure that you're able to put together a strategy to make sure that people know exactly who you are. All right. So again, if you get once you get on, if you have any questions, make you can drop those questions in, and we're gonna get it started. All right. So again, so how to create a client acquisition strategy. So for you guys who don't know, the client acquisition strategy is a process that you will go through to make sure that you can have clients coming in consistently. The purpose of creating this strategy is to make sure that not only can you control your income, but you can also control the amount of people that are in your funnel, right? So if you're in business right now, one of the biggest things or biggest hurdles that you're ever going to have to deal with is, how do I increase my revenue? How do I have sustainable revenue? And a lot of times we go into it thinking that just posting on social media is going to do the job, or just hoping the wish that people are going to just buy from us because we put something out, and that's never the case. So the point of today, guys, like I said, is to ensure that we're able to obtain enough clients so that we're able to stay in business and be successful in business. Now, we don't have to go too deep into all of the stats when it comes to business owners and how many business owners go out of business and etc. Um, you guys know the stats. You guys are in business. You know some of the things that you're dealing with when it comes to your business. So I don't even have to beat a dead horse from that aspect. All right. So let's get into it. I took notes, guys. Unfortunately, I don't have the best memory to remember all these things. So, I'm going to kind of use my notes to get into it. All right. So the first one that I want you guys to focus on is going to be defining your target audience. So everyone says to define your target audience or to create a client avatar. But what exactly does that mean? So for you to be able to create a client avatar or define a target audience, what that means is you want to define who is the person that you really want to talk to. What do they look like? What does your ideal client look like? Now think about your ideal client from an aspect of if you're selling a product to kindergartners, then yes, parents are going to be a factor, but you want to make sure this item and this product is attractive to kindergartners. So guess what? You're not going to use the biggest words that you possibly can because you're marketing to kindergartners. You want to use words that they can understand. You want to be able to tap into their psyche of how they operate, how they think about different things, and this is going to make it a lot easier for you to sell these products. So, just to give you an example, think about around Christmas time, you would see toys. You'll see toy commercials. It'd be, the Tonka trucks and the Barbie dolls and all those things, right? The the people that's in those commercials are kids. It's kids playing with toys, and you see those kids having an amazing time. They're having a great time. Guess what? Your kids see that and they're saying, "I want to have a great time," right? That's how you want to think about your target audience. Now, with your target audience, you want to look at age, you want to look at gender, you want to look at location, you want to look at income levels, very important. You want to look at their interests, and then you want to look at behaviors. And I didn't even put this in my notes, but also buying habits, right? So, if you have a product that you are offering, you want to make sure that this is something that you can, again, tap into the psyche of that client or potential client to make sure that you know what they will be thinking when they go to make a purchase, right? So if you're marketing cars, then you know that people buy cars every 3 to 4 years. Certain types of people only buy pre-owned cars. They only want a certain amount of miles on it. So now when you start the process to market, you already have the data, so you're able to effectively have the right product for that client, right? Now, the reason why knowing your target audience is so important is when it comes to messaging. When you're marketing messaging, you want to make sure that you can talk directly to that client. And if you know some of these habits, then it's a lot easier for you to actually communicate with that client. If you have any questions, guys, make sure you just put it in the chat and I'll answer those questions. If you have a challenge within your business, I can actually pull you on if you want to go. Um, Yes, it will be. Yeah, it will be saved. Yes, thank you. So the first one that we talked about, guys, is defining your target audience. Now, the next one is so important, and it's developing a marketing plan. Now, think about your marketing plan as a strategy, right? Now, this right here is literally why I created this. I wanted to do this live, and I wanted to do this training. So think about your marketing plan from an aspect of you get on social media, you get on Facebook, Instagram, and you put out a post and you say, "Hey, I'm selling lip gloss," right? You're selling your product and you're expecting or you're thinking that everybody's going to buy your product. But guess what? Everyone may not buy your product because you haven't built up the interest to purchase your product. Now, so let me think about it from a different perspective. iPhones, right? So everyone either has an iPhone or at least know what an iPhone is, right? So when you look at your iPhone, look at how they advertise the iPhones. They're really not that different. And then when you think about it, the iPhone, they're going to market the iPhone probably a couple seasons before it's actually going to come out. So the 13 is out. Let's say I don't know what's out now. The 14, I think the 14 is out now. Guess what? They're already talking about the 15. They're marketing for the 15 because they already know that they have created buyers that routinely purchase their products. No matter what they put out, they literally I have an iPhone too, so I can't talk too much. But whatever happens, they're gonna always put out, a certain quality of a product. So as a result, clients know that that's what they're gonna put out. All right. All right. So when it comes to your marketing plan, you want to look at, of course, you want to know your target audience. You also want to look at, all right, how am I actually going to get to my target audience? Where is my target audience located? Right now, for you guys, I like Facebook. Facebook, I think, is a great resource when it comes to marketing. And I use Facebook only for marketing. I don't care about what's going on in anybody else's life. I could truly care less. But when you look at Facebook, think about, all right, how can I find the right person for my business? So I was on a coaching call earlier today, and it was a client who is in the wedding industry. And we were talking about something similar to this actually, and we were talking about how to find the ideal clients. And once we had this conversation, I said, listen, go to places like David's Bridal, go to their Instagram, or go to their website. And what happens is you're going to see other people who are either liking or commenting on the page of David Bridal, right? And I'm just saying any venue page, right? But now think about this. No one's going on that page just to look at wedding dresses. And that's a little crazy. It's a little creepy. So if you go on that page to look at wedding dresses, you're either in the process to get married or you either just got married, right? And now this person is a perfect client for the person I was talking to earlier, right? So that's how you want to think about how do I get to the client that I need or I want, right? Now think about other complementary services. So, let's use the example again, like, someone who does, like, weddings or any, officiating. So you have someone who does something like that. So when you get married, what are the things that you're also gonna have to purchase, right? This is all the things of the buying journey of the client. So if you get married, you're gonna need a venue, you're gonna need a dress, you're gonna need a makeup artist, you're gonna need, a stylist, a planner. You're gonna need all of these things, right? You can now create joint ventures with these different professionals. And instead of you doing all of the work to try to get these clients, then you go to the wedding planner and say, hey, listen, I do officiating, you do wedding planning. How about we swap clients? Or how about we work together? And then you give me 10% for working with you. And if a client decides to go with your service, same thing with a caterer, same thing with it. Now I have an arsenal of resources that I can give to this client. So now when I sit down with this client and say, hey, listen, I'm an officiant, but I also can provide wedding planning, a caterer, a dressmaker, someone who does hair and makeup, all of these different services to that client. Now, what is that client going to say? They're going to say, okay, this person is really plugged in, and this is someone that I need to be I need to work with this person. So they're going to work with me because they're also going to want the resources that I have behind me, right? Now, when they say yes, I want the officiant, or I want the wedding planner, I want the caterer. Guess what? Hey, Mr. Caterer. Hey, Mrs. Caterer. I have this client that I'm going to send to you. Here's the contract. Blah blah blah. Send me 10%. Let's keep it moving. Guess what? I don't have to cook cakes. I don't have to cook cakes, but I still benefit from my client being satisfied and having this caterer that I recommend, right? So that is an example of what a marketing plan looks like. You want to have a true journey for your client and a true way to actually reach that client where they are, right? That is a marketing plan. The next thing is you want to set specific goals. It's so important when it comes to creating any type of strategy or plan. Is to have an idea of what exactly do you want to do, right? So if it's a scenario of I wanna have 20 new clients that come in per month. Okay, great. Let's talk about, a game plan to get 20 new clients to come in per month. If it's 100 clients, all right, where can I go to get 100 clients coming to me per month, right? So whatever that number is, you create that goal, and now you create strategies to make sure that you're able to reach that goal. All right. Hopefully, this is good stuff, guys. So the first one we talked about was creating a target audience. Number two was developing a marketing plan, and number three is setting specific goals. So if you have any questions, if you're just joining, make sure you can ask those questions. I'll answer those, and also, make sure you share it live too. Share this with someone who can benefit. All right. So we're talking about setting specific goals. Now, I want to introduce this to you guys, and I hope that you kind of have an idea of this term. And the term that I want to talk about is KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators. Now, why is KPIs important? KPIs are so important because this is how you track the success or failure of your business, right? Now, I have a famous question. I think it's famous, maybe not really, but I have a question that I ask most of my clients. So when I talk to them, especially like on the first consultation, one of the first things that I ask them is, "How much money are you gonna make next month?" And I ask this question, and they usually always pause and wonder first, like, why is he asking me how much am I gonna make next month? And second thing is they're pausing because they just don't know how much they're gonna make the next month, right? The reason why most businesses don't know how much they're gonna make the next month is because they don't have an actual game plan or strategy to make money for next month because they're only focused on making money today. So when you set KPIs and when you set goals, your goals is for, of course, this month, but you're also thinking about 3 months from now. What is your 6-month goal? What is your year goal? Where are you gonna be in 3 years within the business? And if you're not thinking 3 years down the road, guess what? And you're not setting yourself in the right position to be in business in the next 3 years. So I want you to think about down the road, how can I put myself in position to continue to be on the right path? All right? Now, with KPIs, there's a few that I want you guys to track. Hopefully, you guys can write this down if you're watching this training. And the first one that I want you to track, and these are just a few quick, small KPIs that everyone should be tracking. It's just very important. If you have a whiteboard or something, I have a few in my office and that's one of the things I track a lot of different stuff because I wanna know, like, the health of my business. It's very important for you to understand the health. So, the first thing I want you guys to write down just for a KPI is gonna be new clients. Number 2 is gonna be lost clients. So, you get new clients, how many clients do you lose? The next one is gonna be revenue, and if we're talking about revenue, we have to talk about expenses. And then the last one is gonna be this is one a little bit more tricky. This one is the LTV, it's lifetime value of the client. So let me go through these really quick. Obviously, new clients, that's pretty easy, right? That's people within that month, that 30-day window that have said yes to your service, yes to your products. Always make sure, when you do get new clients, make sure you get their information. Of course, their name, get the number, email, get those things so you can really market to those people down the road. That goes back to the last one. We're talking about the marketing plan. What are you doing to actually market to that client? The next one, lost clients, you want to track how many clients that you're losing, and you want to make sure that you're actually putting more clients into your bucket than you're actually losing. And if you're losing too many clients, you have a hole in your bucket, and that typically means you have a bigger issue. So it could be a product, it could be your service, it could be your customer service. So you want to find out exactly why you're losing clients, and so you can fix that issue. The next thing is gonna be revenue. It's pretty self-explanatory. How much money are you bringing into the business? Then the other thing is gonna be expenses. Now, it is very important that you check your expenses monthly. Now, why is this important? It's important for you to check your expenses monthly because there's gonna be different expenses that are gonna come up that you wanna make sure that you're able to if you're not using it, make sure you're able to knock it out, right? So, I'll give you guys an example. This was a couple years ago now, I remember. My wife and I, we were going through our finances towards the end of the year, like November, December, was going through our business finances, and, we sat down, we were like, "Where's all the money going?" We went through our business bank account, and literally within minutes, we're starting to see we're starting to see it add up, so 800, $900 that were going out just in expenses that we weren't using. So, like, that's software, that's, different things that we had signed up for that we just won't use it, we had no need to us, that caused issues with the business. So those are things but guess what? When I retrieve those things or cut those things out, now my profit margin now goes up because I decreased my expenses. So always look at your expenses and literally question every line of your expenses. Is this necessary? Is this necessary? Is this necessary? And if it isn't necessary, cut it out because it's gonna save you money. Your job is to make money. The next thing is gonna be the LTV, which is the lifetime value, as a client. So your lifetime value is very important. The lifetime value, and it's a formula. I'm not gonna go too deep into the formula. I don't wanna confuse anyone. But the lifetime value is gonna be how long does a client typically stay with you and your service, right? So, for an example, if you have a service where, let's say you do eyelashes, right? You do eyelashes, and you have clients who come to you. Now, how on average, how long does a client stay with you from the time they sign up to the time they go ghost, right? So if that's, let's say 12 months, and let's say you charge them $100 per session, each client is valued to you at $1,200, right? So now when you're marketing and when you're working with a client, you're not looking at that client as a $100 client. You're looking at that client as a $1,200 client. And that makes a big difference when it comes to you nurturing and you actually putting in the work to retain clients. And we're going to talk about retention of clients as well. 'Cause that's very important as well. All right. So again, number one is going to be defining your target audience. Number two is going to be developing a legit marketing plan. Number 3 is gonna be setting specific goals, alright? And now let's get into number 4. Number 4 is very important because we're gonna be talking about, optimizing your website and also your social media. 'Cause this is actually where the training, part of where the training came from, just talking about social media and how to actually use social media as a resource to get leads and to acquire clients, right? Now, when I did this, when I put this out, one of the things I posted on Facebook was, one of the things I posted on Facebook was, I wanna do a live coaching session. So anyone who wants, me to look at their business and see whatever challenges they're having, I'm gonna actually do this live. So anybody who's on right now, if you do have a coaching challenge or business challenge, you can either put it in the chat or you can actually request to come on the live, and I'll actually bring you on. So it'd be a good opportunity to help you. All right. So now what I did was once I went to Facebook, I say anybody who wants to be a part of it, want to be a guest, raise your hand. Pretty much raise your hand, right? And that's a client acquisition strategy. That's a way to engage with an audience to get them to say yes or no. And if they do, now they come into the funnel of the business to make sure that we're able to help them down the road and we're able to nurture them down the road. So optimize your website. Let's talk about that. So I'm gonna do website first, then I'm gonna go into social media. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you just drop it in the chat. All right. So the first thing is on your website, you want to look at your website and you want to see how easy is it for you to use your website or for a client to use your website. Is it friendly? Is it user friendly? So, so one of the things you want to look at is how easy. Like I went on a website earlier today and it was very hard to click on some of the buttons. It was like too much, like the font was too small, things were too close. And as a result, I just clicked off because it was just too, I didn't feel like straining my eyes to, go on the website or whatever. So guess what? I logged off. Now, what if I'm a potential client? What if I was interested in that service that this person has, right? That means I just lost that client. So you also want to look at your website the same way. Look at it from an unbiased eye of, if a client looks at this, would they be interested or would they click on this or purchase? And if the answer is no, then you want to do a couple tweaks to make sure that it is user friendly. Another thing about optimizing your website is your website can be a lead generator. Most people don't get leads from their website because it's not set up to get leads, right? They have a website, they have a contact me form, nobody's probably filling it out, right? So one of the things you can do just instant is you can have a pop-up. As soon as you come on, hey, here's 10% off, 5%, 15% off, coupon, right? Now, they'll guess what happens? They put in their information, their email address, name, they get the coupon, and keep it moving, right? But guess what you just did? You just got their name and information, so now you can sell to them down the road. If they don't buy, you still have the information, right? That's one thing. Another thing is on websites, you have to look at, like, what converts better for websites. Videos convert really well for websites. So if you have a website, you can do an intro video right then and there. "Hey, my name is Terrence, owner of Blackwell Legacy Group. Just wanna talk to you guys about, how to create a client acquisition strategy," right? That's a quick video that you can put on your website, and anyone who's interested will either watch the video Or they'll say, "Let me come back to this and watch it." But guess what? The longer someone is on your website, the longer or the better opportunity it is for them to actually buy something, that you have to offer. All right? Now let's look at social media. Same thing. Social media, you want to look at your bios. You want to make sure that your bios are very intentional about what it is that you do. So, for example, if you're a hairstylist, your bio shouldn't be talking about, you flip houses and you do all this, you do that, you do that. It has to focus on what it is that you do, right? And now when people come to your website, to your bio, they know exactly who I'm talking to. Is this a good person I can connect with? Is a good person to follow, etc. Right? So that's one thing. The next thing is you want to make sure that even be intentional about the people that you follow, the things that you post. These are all factors that you want to consider when it comes to your social media because you want to make sure that you're acquiring the right types of clients. And doing certain things doesn't always give the best message to the right clients that you want or that you want to attract. So be mindful of that. Um, Here, I shouldn't have to tell you guys this one, but make sure that you're always posting your products or your services. Make sure that people know exactly what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're offering. This is going to give you a good opportunity to make sure that you stay in the face of people. So if someone says, "I'm looking for someone who does business coaching," if they don't think of if they don't think of me, that means I didn't do my job. I didn't do my job when it comes to marketing to make sure that people know exactly what it is that I do. Right? Alright, so that's gonna be, optimizing your website and social media. If you've just joined, thank you guys for joining. We're talking about how to create a client acquisition strategy. Alright, so we're gonna talk about next to offer incentives. So, incentives are very important, for acquiring, clients. And now here's a great strategy. You can one can be like what I said earlier about, having your pop up on a website. That's something you can do. You can do free trials. So if you have like a certain service, and let's say if you have like a high ticket service or something like over $1,000 or $2,000 for the service, then you can offer a free trial. Do a 3 free day trial. The free trial, sorry, free trial can just be a way for someone to see that this is a good fit for them, right? So this would be an opportunity for them to look at your service, maybe do a coaching session with you. You give them an activity or whatever. This is all part of the free the freebie, right? It's a great way to get people engaged. Um, if you sell a product, let's say candles for an example, maybe have like a little mini candle that you give away. Hey, listen, I think this would be a great scent. I think you like. Smell it, take it home, burn it. Let me know what you think. And on the bottom of it, I'm gonna have a QR code where they can order more, right? So you always want to be thinking about how can I make this as easy as possible for clients, right? So these are just quick things that you can do to make it easy. Alright, so we have discounts, free trials. You can encourage customers to try your products. So so think about, like, Sam's Club, for example. You go to Sam's Club, you have the little lady, who's in one of the food sections, and she's offering food, right? She's offering little, things that you can try. But guess what? Her job is to make sure that she has, the testers, but that she also has beside her that product where you can just pick it up really quick and buy it and put it in your cart, right? But the purpose of that is what? Is to get you to say, "Man, that's good. Let me try this. And if it's good, guess what? And if you're like me, I'm going all around Sam's Club. I'm trying to get everything everybody got, right? And half of them probably wouldn't. But I'm still interested to know, like, this tastes pretty good, but it still works. It's something that does work. So think about it from that. All right. So that's your incentives. Now, be careful when you do incentives. Make sure that the purpose of it is to get something out of it. So if you offer an incentive, make sure that you're getting their name and email address, number, you're getting something. Now, here's something that you can do for as an incentive too. If you have an issue with getting reviews for your website, for Google, or whatever, offer incentives. So, when you have a client that buys from you or who's thinking of buying from you, or more so people who buy from you. Hey, listen, while you're here, I know you just bought, I know this is your second time buying. and I'm sure you like my product. Listen, I'm gonna give you 15% off of the next one. If you could just fill out this review and have it pulled up already and just have them fill it out right then and there, guess what? They're gonna do it. Because most people, it's not like they don't wanna do a review. It's more so just the fact of they get into the routine of their day and they just forget, "Oh, crap, I was supposed to have done the review." And now something else comes up. The dog gets sick. You gotta take the children to school or whatever, right? All these things happen, and then they just forget that, "Oh, crap, I really should have given them, the review because I love their service," right? So make it easy for your clients to give reviews too. One thing that you could do, you can again create QR codes. Do a QR code for someone to give you a review, to make it easy. So now you can scan it, do the review, keep it moving. All right. And then if they do it, give them some type of incentive, right? Free shipping, 10% off, 5% off. These are just different things you can do. All right. So hopefully this was good information, guys. I have one more thing that we're gonna talk about, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. We're right at 30 minutes. So far this has been a great session. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you jump on and I'll bring you on to address whatever challenges that you're having within your business. If this has been good information, put a thumbs up in the chat for me. If you're watching this on the playback, same thing, just a comment. This is good information. All right, good, good, good. All right, cool. So, all right, so let's get into it. So the next one that we're going to talk about is focusing on a customer retention program or strategy, right? Because it's one thing to acquire clients, but if I'm talking about acquiring clients, I have to talk about retaining clients as well. So, when it comes to retention strategy, so the retention strategy is, um, an actual game plan to make sure that you don't lose a lot of your clients, right? Now, not to say that you're not gonna lose all, clients from time to time. It does happen. It's not really a formula to never losing clients, but you wanna make sure that you can mediate that as much as possible, like, it cancel as much as possible. So the first thing that you wanna do is make sure that you have good customer service, right? So, one of the things that I harp on or I preach on a lot is, um, if you're a bad worker at a job, you may be a bad, business owner too, right? So if you had a bad attitude there, you're gonna have a bad attitude in your business, right? If you know that you don't have the best attitude or best customer service, guess what? The best thing for you to do is put someone else in position so that they can take care of customers. Because if not, you're gonna get bad reviews. People are gonna say they don't like working, coming to your shop or to your location or buying from you. And essentially your business isn't gonna hit its full potential because of you, essentially, right? So, um, so yeah, so let's think about that. So now what can you do if you have a bad customer service and it's only you? Let's say you haven't hired anyone yet. So the first thing that you wanna do is you can do a survey, ask your clients, "Hey, listen, I want you to be blunt with me. You don't even have to, put your name in here, but how is my customer service? Or what are some areas I can improve on within my customer service?" And listen, don't get offended. Just listen to whatever it is that they're telling you. So if they're saying that you're rude, you're rude. You're probably rude. You're probably a rude person, and that's okay, right? Now we know that you're rude, let's fix it, right? And they say that, you don't have, good manners, same thing. You may not have good manners. Let's just fix it, right? So now once you have identified whatever that issue is, just make sure you put the work in to fix it. There's a lot of free resources that you guys can benefit from. It's one website, it's called Allison.com. I love it. It's a free resource where you can do certifications. It's AL, I should have put it in the show notes, but ALISON.com. I'm not affiliated with them in no sense, but, it's definitely a great resource for you. So I'm sure you can find resources on, like, customer service. So go take courses, read books on customer service, read different things that can help you within that process to make sure that you're better with clients, right? So that's gonna be step 1, making sure that you have excellent customer service. The next thing is this is important too. I'm old school from this perspective. Make sure that you touch your clients. All right. Now, before you get weird about it, I'm not saying physically touch them. I mean, make sure that you're able to have the contact with your clients, right? So, calling your clients, emailing is cool, texting is cool, but if you ever just pick up the phone, "Hey, this is Terrence. I just want to give you a quick call. I just want to tell you, I appreciate you for being a loyal customer. You've been rocking with us for 5 years. We appreciate you. Is there anything that you need right now? No? Cool. Listen, I appreciate you. If you need anything, give me a call." Hang up. Guess what? That's a 3-minute conversation, but that means so much to that client because now that client says, "Oh, crap, the owner of the company just called me out of everybody that he's working with." You may only have 10 clients, but that's what they're gonna think. They're gonna think, "Man, he has so many clients. He took time out to call me." Guess what? They feel special. Guess what they're gonna do? When someone says, "Hey, do you know a business coach? Do you know someone who does this or does that?" They're gonna say, "Oh, Terrence does. I know a guy. I know someone who does that," right? And that's gonna change the paradigm of how your clients look at you because now they know that you're invested in them too. So think about that. Like, make sure you have touch points with your client. Now, how often should you do this? I recommend definitely once a year, at least once a year, do a call. But if you can do twice, that'd be great too. So it could be something like holidays. It could be something like birthdays. Birthdays is a really cool one. It could be something like anniversaries, anything like that. Just take the time out to actually show them that you care. It's going to make a world of difference. So this is something that's going to be very important in growing your business as well. Another thing we mentioned this. Another thing that you can implement is having surveys. Just asking your clients their thoughts before they make major decisions. So here's one that I see a lot with business owners that they do. They get into a slump. Business owners will get into a slump, and the income will go down, or seasonality, or something that they're dealing with within the business. And one of the first things that they're going to want to do is, oh crap, let me change my branding. Let me get a new logo. Let me change the colors. Let me do this. Let me do that. Guess what, guys? Those things are factors if done effectively, but make sure you keep your base, right? And here's another one. If you decide to move, if you have a physical location, you decide to move, make sure you ask some of your people first. Because in any transition like that, you're gonna lose clients because, if you're 5, 10 minutes away from a client, they're used to coming that 5 or 10 minutes. They don't wanna drive 30 minutes in traffic to come see you. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna find somebody else that's 5 or 10 minutes. So ask your clients, "Hey, listen, I'm thinking about moving to the other side of town. If I move there, can I count on you to continue to be a customer?" You know, "Yeah, I'll come." "Okay, great. I got your quote." Or, "Hey, listen, I'm thinking about changing my colors. Tell me what you think about these colors. You like it, or should I keep it the same?" "Yeah, you should change it to this. I like this better." Guess what? Now they feel included in the decisions that you make, and now when you make those decisions, they can feel like, "Yeah, I was the one who told them to change the colors," right? So now they're part of your business, because without those people, without your clients, you won't have a business. So I want you guys to always think about, "Alright, how can I include my clients, into my business?" Alright? Alright, one more thing when it comes to customer retention, or 2 more. I'm gonna give you guys 2 more. Create loyalty programs. If you have clients right now, identify the people that are your core audience, like your fan base almost within your business. Now, reward those people. If they come to you once a month, like clockwork, guess what you wanna do? You wanna make sure that you reward them. "Hey, listen, I know you like, Dasani bottled water, so I got you a bottle of water. It's in the freezer. Let me go get it. It's gonna be great for it's gonna be cold for you. It's a bottle of water. Or, hey, listen, I saved you a parking spot, or I did this, I did that." Make them feel special. It's gonna go a long right? You can say, "Hey, listen, I appreciate you for sending me clients. I'm gonna make you a loyalty member where you now get 10% off of all of services, all the products. Thank you." Right? Another one is memberships. This is a huge one, guys. So I want you guys to think about, and I put something in our group earlier today. I put something in our group, and let me see if I can find it really quick. Hopefully, this is good, guys. If this is good, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys for being on. Um, this has been great so far. Let me see if I can find this really quick. All right. So I don't know if you guys can, you probably can't see this, but anyway. So this is an email that I got earlier today. So it's from a boxing gym, and they gave like 2 or 3 different options for, memberships. Memberships was one of the things that we talked about within our group, in our last session, which was Tuesday. So, when I seen it come through, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta share this with the group." So, they were talking about memberships. Every business model can have memberships, right? If you have a business and if you're saying, "Terrence, I don't think my business can have a membership," put it in the comments below, and Imma figure out a way to create a membership around it. The benefit of memberships is it gets your clients to feel inclusive, but then also it gives your clients the ability to save on some of your products, and it locks them in a lot longer. So before we were talking about the LTV, the lifetime value of the client. Guess what? Memberships increase the lifetime value of the clients. Now, memberships can be done 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever, however you want to do it, right? So the benefit of doing a membership is for a fact that that client is going to be there, right? So think about gyms, right? You go to a gym, everyone sign up for the gym, at the beginning of the year. Guess what? Most of those people didn't go or didn't go long, maybe 30 days or 20 days or whatever, right? Most people didn't make it to month two. Guess what? Gold's Gym knows that, right? Planet Fitness knows that. They know the numbers. They've done the analysis and they track the data that says most people aren't going to stay. But guess what? Even though they're not in the gym, they're continuing to pay. They're going to pay, right? So think about that model when it comes to memberships, where if you have, and I've seen this. This is one of the examples we use in the group that we had on Tuesday. We were talking about a membership, and we looked one up, and I forgot the name of the company. It's not really relevant. And it was a hair. They cut men's hair, and one of the memberships was $80. Another one was $100, right? Now, just kind of give you some background. For whatever reason, haircuts have been almost double, right? So I used to pay $20 for a haircut, now I pay 50. I don't know why, it's the same haircut, right? But anyway, so for me, if I were to get 2 haircuts in a month, that's $100. Guess what? If my barber offered a membership at $80, I would save $20, right? Now, in this particular membership, in this example, this person had memberships at $80. Then you also can get 10% off of different products, and you can bring in a friend or family member for a haircut as well once a month. That's a great deal, right? So, guess what happens? They have a membership, then they also have a client acquisition strategy within their membership, because they have a way for you to bring another client. Because if they bring another client and you do a good job, guess what? That person is now a client as well. So that's just next level thinking. So think about the same thing within your business. Look at your business and say, what are some of the hot products that people enjoy purchasing, or that people like from me, and then figure out a way to put it in, to package it up and put it into a membership. It's gonna save you a lot of stress, and it's gonna increase your revenue. Now, so if you guys are just joining, we're talking about how to create a client acquisition strategy. We're actually towards the end. If there's any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section. I'm gonna address those, and I'm gonna address those questions. You guys have been great. This has been awesome. This has been awesome. All right, so we talked about defining the target audience. We talked about developing a marketing plan. We talked about setting specific goals, optimize your website for social media, offer incentives, and then focus on customer retention. So, this is how you create a client acquisition strategy. So, this is the beginning, this is the end. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the chat below, and I'll be able to assist you guys with those things. All right, so we're gonna end it right there, guys. So we're gonna talk about, if you are interested, if anything, if you have any questions, you can definitely set up a consultation, and we'll help you within the process. If you are interested in working with us at Blackwell Legacy Group, we do have a group, Success Plug group, that's going to be starting on April 11th. This is a group that we get together about 15 to 20 business owners, and we meet once a week. This particular group is going to be over a 10-week period, where we meet once a week, and we discuss similar items like this, like how to create a market, a client acquisition strategy, market dominating position, just different things within your business to make sure that you university, and you're able to click on our website, look around. You're able to. We do have a free training on our website. For every week, that'll stay there for a week. You can take advantage of that free training. We do also have our ebook on our website, Broke versus Wealthy Entrepreneur. That is a great resource with a lot of information. I guarantee you, literally can help. You can grow your business just by looking at this free resource, which is our ebook, Broke versus Wealthy Entrepreneur. I also have another book on 4 ways to increase revenue in 30 days. This is on Amazon for $7. If you've watched this live until up until this point, just go get the ebook. It's $7. Just go get it. And that is actually going to be very beneficial to you anyway. So it's a great resource. Also, we send out weekly emails about literally things like this. We're just talking about how to grow your business as an entrepreneur. We try to give out as much content as possible, because we know that this is it's difficult, or it can be difficult to run a business. So we want to make sure that we give you weekly tips on how to grow your business, because it's very important to us. And the last thing, on YouTube right now, doesn't make sense for you to watch this video up until this point and you haven't subscribed. So make sure once this video ends, you go subscribe to our channel, because we're going to continue to drop a lot of information, a lot of content. So just want to that's a good way just to say, hey, Terrence, thank you for this great information. And it's a good way to stay connected as well. So I appreciate you guys for checking out this content up until this point. Again, my name is Terrence with Blackwell Legacy Group, and we are out. I appreciate you guys.